Africa's top employers for 2019. Organizations certified as top employers dedicate themselves to providing greater working environments for workers. Unilever is among the top 10 top employers in South Africa and doing very well on the African continent, #1. To discuss, we're joined by Mechell Chetty, who is Unilever Vice President for Human Resources Africa. Congratulations. So Mechell, this is about putting people first. Is that good business, firstly?
Absolutely. I mean, it's absolutely critical that we put people first. It is our differentiator. We need to know that we are treating people well so that they actually can serve our customers and our consumers, and that they can truly be productive and live their purpose whilst in the workplace.
So how do you do it?
Well, the Top Employers Institute is a measurable and verifiable survey that we have to go through. It's extremely stringent, and we have to show that our practices meet world-class standards. Practices such as talent management strategies, career and succession planning, mentoring, onboarding, and the various attributes, learning and development, which is very relevant. And we have got to make sure that not only are we competitive in that front, but actually that we give ourselves an advantage to grow our businesses. So for example, in learning and development, we have to provide agile ways of learning because speed is the new currency of organizations. And so no longer can we always put people into classroom environments to learn. We actually have to give them digital platforms to learn on the go. Social learning has become something that we're talking a lot more about. So these are some of the tools that we're using.
And does mentoring work?
I believe mentoring works, and I believe that at any given time you need to have 5 mentors. You need to have a personal mentor, somebody in your family, you need to have somebody in your work environment, you need to have somebody more senior than you are, and even more junior. I have a digital mentor, for example, a young person in our organization who's just much more astute than I am on digital platforms, and I've got to learn that way. So for me personally, mentoring works. I advocate it. I mentor many people myself as well.
One of the things that in South Africa is so important, we keep on talking about upskilling, you know, helping people to meet the demands of the future. And a lot of that is being placed at the doors of companies. How do you measure that someone, you know, comes in with a certain skill set and comes out with so much more? How do you make it happen, and how do you measure it?
Yeah, you know, really, this is really being disrupted in a big way. The old philosophy of how people learn. You know, I was just in Shanghai recently at an HR forum, and we were looking at how startup organizations are thinking about learning in the new world. One of the things that I learned was that they actually don't recruit for experience anymore. They recruit for future skills or future ideas, and really some attributes like curiosity, resilience, purpose. These are new kind of terminology that they're recruiting for, because people have to constantly learn and unlearn. You've got to unlearn the past. So actually it's become much more of a mindset shift than formal skills building that we used to do.
So in South Africa, so many young people don't have experience. Tell me about Level Up, where you assist job seekers with interview advice. So is this to get into Unilever itself?
Yeah, we've always had a Unilever Future Leaders program where we don't require experience. We go straight to universities and we recruit from universities. Recently, in the last 2 years, we've gone with a digital approach to recruitment. And as a result of that, it's really exploded. We've had 60,000 applications across the continent annually. Now, that is a double-edged sword. It's wonderful for our employer brand, but it also means that we can't offer 60,000 jobs. And it just tells you the state of unemployment on the continent. And we felt we had to do something about that. Whilst we may not be able to employ everyone, let's at least put in programs that can help the youth get ready for the place of work.
Okay, so it's for somebody else then.
It's a readiness program. Yes, we do convert some of those into internships, into apprenticeships and learnerships, and some of those internships then come into the workplace as well. But our philosophy is that if we get more youth ready for the work environment, you know, their chances of succeeding and their chances of being accepted in other organizations is greater.
We're running out of time, but I'd love to know what is Unilever's philosophy on rewarding people? We often try and find out what makes people work and love their work. Is it always financial rewards, or is it something else?
You know, coming into this world of hyper-customization, different individuals want to be rewarded differently. There's the traditional methods of rewarding. Some millennials want high risk, high return rewards. Some want time off. Time has become a form of reward. Agile working has become...
Time is a huge commodity right now.
A form of reward. So we're experimenting with all of these, and we're saying it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
All right, fascinating. Congratulations, and thank you for coming in. That was Mechell Chetty, who is Unilever's Vice President for Human Resources Africa.